Local newspaper, the Warwick Beacon, is marking a major milestone.
Its publisher, John Howell, purchased the newspaper 50 years ago this month, and Howell remains at the helm to this day. In his 5 decades running the bi-weekly publication, Howell has not only become known for his reporting, but for his community involvement.
Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian sat down with John tonight. She joins us now live from Warwick with his story. Kim?
Well, Mike and Caroline, it was December 1969 when John Howell and his business partner purchased the Warwick Beacon for $40,000. A lot has changed since then, but Howell's dedication to the paper and his community has stayed the same. It's deadline day at the Warwick Beacon, which means John Howell is behind his keyboard.
It's been a long ride, one that's gone awfully quickly.
Howell wasn't yet 30 when he and his business partner, a colleague at the East Providence Post, purchased the Warwick Weekly. His first story with the paper was a scoop, and ever since, he's not only been managing the newsroom and adding papers like the Johnston Sunrise and Cranston Herald, but scouring the community for the top local stories.
People look to us to solve problems, to get answers as to what's happening in their community.
Fellow local newspaperman, Valley Breeze publisher Tom Ward says Howell is an industry staple.
I salute John. It's an amazing accomplishment, 50 years in the business and still going strong. Everyone in media knows John, and he's a real gentleman and a pleasure to be around.
Warwick Mayor Joseph Solomon saying in part, quote, John hasn't just covered our community, he has become an important part of what goes on in the city. His involvement in so many civic groups and charitable causes and events over the past 50 years has certainly made our community richer, and the people who live and work here, the better for it.
Part of what we do is that we're members of the community, so we take that active role in not only writing about it, but in many cases actually being involved in that process. And this is the way they were done.
Howell, now 78, still rises before 5 a.m. and puts in 60 to 70 hours a week. It's curiosity, he says, that keeps him going.
Talking to people, meeting people, learning from people who I know, and then I find myself wanting to tell that story to, quote, the rest of the world.
You never slow down.
Now, there's always another story, so why slow down?
And as you just heard, Howell has no immediate plans to retire, but he says if the right replacement or buyer came along, he would consider it. But he says that buyer would need to be local. Live in Warwick tonight, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.